The Village of Wheeling Workshop meeting, Monday, February 27th is now called to order. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Trustee Argyris?
Here.
Trustee Hein? Trustee Hein? Trustee Here?
Here.
Trustee Brady?
Here.
Trustee Lang?
Here.
Trustee Vogel informed the board he would not be here this evening, and President Abiscato.
Here. Proclamations.
National Athletic Training Month, March 2012. Athletic trainers have a long history of providing quality health care for athletes and those engaged in physical activity based on specific tasks, knowledge, and skills acquired through their nationally regulated educational processes. Athletic trainers provide prevention of injuries, recognition, evaluation, and aggressive treatment, rehabilitation, healthcare administration, education, and guidance. The National Athletic Trainers Association represents and supports 35,000 members of the athletic training profession employed in the following settings: professional sports, colleges and universities, high schools, clinics and hospitals, corporate and industrial settings, military branches. Leading organizations concerned with athletic training and healthcare have joined together in a common desire to raise public awareness of the importance of the athletic training profession and to emphasize the importance of quality healthcare with the aforementioned settings. Such an effort will improve health care for athletes and those engaged in physical activity and promote athletic trainers as health professionals. Judy Abiscato, President of the Village of Wheeling, does hereby proclaim the month of March 2012 as National Athletic Training Month in the Village of Wheeling and urge all citizens of Wheeling to learn more about the importance of athletic training.
Mr. Derby, how are you this evening? Thank you on behalf of the Village Board and the Village of Wheeling. And thank you. Citizens' concerns and comments?
There are none, Madam President.
Thank you. We welcome you all tonight to the Village's second community workshop event. I'd like to begin by thanking the Wheeling Park District, the Wheeling Township, Indian Trails Library and Schools District 214 and 21 for their participation this evening. To let you all know, we didn't invite the organizations here tonight to come and give us a presentation. We invited them here tonight to use our platform to speak to the community as a whole. Some of you might not and do not go to a meeting or read the paper or see what is transpiring in your community. So tonight they will describe the current circumstances of their organizations and to briefly outline their goals for the coming year if they choose to do so. We hope that coming together in this collective forum may allow each of us to speak to audiences that we don't ordinarily reach and may awaken us to new opportunities for cooperation to better serve our shared communities. And since we are the hosts tonight, we will go first, and I will have a brief overview of the village's operations from Mr. Fondilis, our village manager.
Thank you, Madam President, and I would also like to thank all the organizations that came out tonight. This really is an exciting opportunity, so at least once a year we can look at each other and talk a little bit about what the vision of each of our taxing bodies has for the coming year. So again, my appreciation as well. The theme for tonight's presentation from all of us can be defined really as opportunity. The exposure that this forum provides is beneficial to our residents, to our businesses, our customers, but also to each other. I'm going to talk in two parts. So this opportunity for me, I'm going to break down into one, the village's larger overall vision for the coming years, and two, a little bit about the operations of the village department by department. In August of 2011, the board began a process of priority strategic planning. We went through several meetings where the board looked deeply into all aspects of village business in order to conclude with a number of priorities that would be the plan from which staff can take its direction and proceed from that point. We came up with 5 main topics. There were probably close to 60. We were able to redefine all of those into some major categories and come up with 5 main priorities for the village. And those are maintain and sustain service, TIF district strategic planning, overall village appearance, traffic concerns, and marketing for the community. All of these priorities focus on creating success in a post-recession economy. While maintaining core services, our efforts are to create shovel-ready development opportunities in order to truly shape the future of our community. We have restructured our debt to take advantage of better interest rates. We are constantly refining our codes in order to accommodate and protect village residents and businesses. We are doing more with less, and we are succeeding. But we're not in this alone. While we are very proud of what we accomplish on our own, we are prouder of what we accomplish cooperatively. We have many productive partnerships, including joint initiatives with the Chamber of Commerce, public safety outreach to schools, cooperative efforts with the Park District, joint partnership with MWRD for Heritage Park Flood Control Project, among many others. That's what tonight is about, and it is with these kinds of partnerships in mind that I like to quickly advertise the village departments so that everyone has an opportunity to understand how they can reach some of the services that are available to them. And if I can control this properly. Each slide of the coming PowerPoint here is just, again, a way to advertise how the residents, businesses, other taxing bodies can get in contact with the appropriate staff from the village. The village manager's office is me, and my contact number is listed on top on the slide here. Below that is economic development. Through the years, I'm sure everyone's been exposed to Peter Vodopoulos through his efforts at business retention and his efforts to bring in new businesses. His number is listed. It is the 2605 number. Community Development Department Head Mark Janik handles most of our permitting. That is another one of our departments that the public has a good deal of exposure to and constant work with. There are inspectors that handle municipal and building related, code related issues. His number listed below as well. Public Works Department, the new facility that opened several years ago now on Hintz Road, in charge of maintenance for all of our infrastructures, as well as snow removal, and they really are one of the more public faces of the village, as their yellow trucks are always out and about working to provide any number of services to our residents and businesses. Again, his number, their number listed at the bottom of the screen. Human Services Department, this is a new title for what used to be the Senior Center. We have restructured some of the responsibilities of that department head and created the Human Services Department. The picture here is the Senior Center, which of course addresses a lot of the needs of our senior population, as well as some of the response needs for the police department through our counselors. The Senior Center main number is listed below. The Police Department, newly reopened, redesigned building that used to be our Village Hall. The number you see below here is the non-emergency number and handles all of our citizen complaints, emergency situations, any matter of things in a given day. That number again is the non-emergency contact number. And last but not least, the fire department. This is our new fire station headquarters located on South Milwaukee. Again, one of 3 stations that we currently have. I was going to go into a longer thing. I apologize. Again, their contact number is listed below. Again, I bring these up only to advertise because I think while everybody knows how to get in contact with the village, I don't know that they are able to reach out as easily as they really can. I don't know that they know that they can do that. These numbers are available for use by anyone in the public, and hope that you do. We encourage that if there are any questions that anyone may have, that you do reach out to either my office or the applicable department head, and we can resolve any issues you have. With that brief overview of the departments, I'll hand it back to the village president to talk a little bit about the goals of 2012.
Thank you. In terms of providing core services, 2011 was very successful. Our staff oversaw several significant infrastructure improvements and is looking forward to more in the future, which includes the reconstruction of Wolf Road and expansion of the Lake Cook Corridor, and most immediately the major flood control project in Heritage Park, which I think we'll learn more about from the Park District shortly. We completed, as you saw, our brand new fire department headquarters and redid our police department headquarters last year, and these facilities have already proved public safety and lowering the emergency response times. The village also plans to improve bicycle and pedestrian travel by conducting a comprehensive study of the community's needs and constructing a new path on Dundee Road between the river and the tollway. Like the other organizations here tonight, the village always seeks not only to provide good service, consistent services, but also to minimize the burden we impose. We recently took advantage of current low interest rates to refund a portion of our debt for $612,000 in savings. Our excellent bond ratings were reaffirmed in the course of this process. Our Human Services Department, as you heard, has merged with the Senior Services and Police Services, so we have cross-trained to improve the capacity to efficiently handle our residents' needs. Our Community Development Department is resolving more code violations through administrative adjudication, reducing our court cost for both the village and our residents. And as you know, the Board of Trustees recently voted for a 0% tax levy increase this year. We will seek to continue to do this more with less, as we have. In addition to providing these core services, the village plays a second major role as a facilitator and a cheerleader for our very outstanding business community. And 2011 has been an excellent year of this area as well. Last year, we issued for a construction value a total of $47 million, which represents a $13 million increase over the year of 2010. And these numbers reflect some major renovation projects going on. Mostly notable is Walmart, which is currently adding, if you can imagine, 35 square more feet to their retail space. And of course, you've seen all the new development along Milwaukee Avenue, and you've also will see and join in the new restaurant that will be opening at the Old Hackney site. The village's aggressive efforts to attract new investment is reflected in our 7% manufacturing vacancy rate, well below the regional average and extraordinary for a community with such a large manufacturing sector. Our focus on growing our industrial base has recently been recognized by a national alliance of top-tier technological companies working to develop powerful digital design technology to manufacturers. While discussions about this project are ongoing, the fact that Wheeling, now remember, Wheeling came in at the top of this list is a testament to the strength and the promise of our manufacturing community and our outstanding educational institutions. And then we also have a driving force in the village of Wheeling. We are part owners of the Chicago Executive Airport, which continues to grow with the new construction of the International Aviation Hangar and another 30,000 square foot hangar development with athletic aviation breaking ground later this year. The airport is by all means has extended and reaches to the world, and this is something that Wheeling is succeeding in doing, having recently hosted a distinguished delegation from Seoul, South Korea, in a visit that represents the first step in building future businesses, educational, and cultural exchanges with this prominent world city. And of course, I have to mention one thing, and you probably all know what that is. In 2011, the event that was national and on an international scale, and that was, who can forget the excitement of watching our own Haley Reinhart as she competed on the American Idol. All of these accomplishments indicate that Wheeling has elevated itself to new heights, and they reflect the efforts of all of us working together to sustain and succeed. In closing, I'd like to thank you all again for joining us tonight and for everything you do to make Wheeling a truly world-class community. The Village of Wheeling is proud to partner with all of you, deepen the ties that bind us, and to build a broad pathway to a prosperous future together, and that's all of us. With patience and with cooperation, there is nothing we cannot accomplish.
The next group will be the Wheeling Park District.
Thank you. I'd like to thank President Abiscato and trustees for holding this community workshop. As said earlier, I think this is a great opportunity to communicate and share information amongst all of the intergovernmental organizations and to show our residency how we're trying to work more and more together. We appreciate this so we can share our mission not only with the village and others in the audience, but also those at home, and increase the overall awareness of what we offer in Parks and Recreation to our residents. I'd like to cover just a few items that are happening at the Park District, but also, more importantly, I'd like to extend an invitation to our residents and everyone in attendance here tonight to join us for the State of the Park District address tomorrow night at Chevy Chase Country Club. The evening will begin at 6:30 with refreshments, and I know that always brings more and more people out, so I want to emphasize refreshments. And then we'll begin our address at 7 o'clock. The Park District hosts this event to celebrate its 2011 accomplishments, provide an update of ongoing community projects, and to make residents aware of our future plans as we build together. We hope to see everyone from the community there tomorrow night, as well as everybody in this room. So we look forward to that event. But tonight I do want to be able to touch on just a few of our recent accomplishments, and we'll present much of these tomorrow night in greater detail. Okay, John?
There should be a mouse.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, it was a good one.
Where do I go back? No.
Let's see if I can do it.
Previous.
Yeah, it's not moving.
I don't know if I can take over
Wait,
for you
we
here.
go.
There you go.
Okay, got it, thank you. Our 50th anniversary, as you probably know, 2011 was the 50th anniversary for the Park District. To commemorate the 50th, a series of events and activities were held throughout the year, and pictured here is our commissioners digging up the time capsule that was buried 25 years ago. That time capsule held memorabilia from that era. That event was held on July 4th, with a number of activities to celebrate that day, as well as the Park District's 50th anniversary. During the year, to commemorate this, staff collected items, and we're going to include that in a 75th anniversary time capsule. This new time capsule will be buried in an unidentified location this spring, and it's going to be brought up in the year of, believe it or not, 2036, so a ways away, but we collected a lot of items to put in that capsule. Okay. 2011 projects. There were a number of significant projects accomplished this past year, all in an effort to continue to provide memorable experiences in parks and recreation that enrich our communities. The Northside Park renovation. This is one of the 2011 projects that the Park District undertook. This project included a brand new playground, as well as ball field upgrades, a new volleyball area, and a pathway that is around the perimeter of the park. The site was designed based on feedback from the neighborhood, as well as staff and students from Hawthorne School. And much of the park, or the construction for this park, was done by in-house Park District staff, and there was a significant amount of savings because we were able to do that in-house. Although the community, and this was a project that really finished up as we entered winter, but because of the mild winter, a lot of people are already enjoying this park and the excitement, and we're hearing a lot of positive feedback, although we will have a dedication this spring officially opening the park. Another project was the Husky Park expansion, and this is one that we worked together with the village on as well. In late 2010, we acquired a residential property adjacent to Husky Park, and this was in an effort to provide increased visibility and additional access into the park itself, which has always been somewhat of a weakness for this site, but because there was available property to acquire, we were able to do so, improving access and then visibility into the park. So in 2011, there was a contractor hired to demolish the structures on the property and restore the site suitable for turf. A paving contractor then constructed a pathway that connects into the existing park, and our Park District staff provided the finishing touches with fine grading, laying sod, and constructing the park sign. So far, the result has been fantastic as far as providing more access and visibility into the park, and really, most importantly, a connection to the neighbors that live in that area of the park. Another partnership in 2011, and this was with School District 214, but more specifically with Wheeling High School. This was an agreement that was reached between the Park District and 214 to pay for half of the installation of the synthetic turf at Wheeling High School. The partnership allows for the Park District to have significant access to the field during evenings, on the weekends, and days during the summer to support our programs. Construction, this was a fast-track project. Construction started on this in May of 2011, and it was ready for the first games of the fall season. The dedication for this new venture took place on Friday, September 16, 2011, during the annual hometown celebration. In April of 2011, the Park District purchased a vacant building at 245 Edgety Drive in Wheeling to replace the existing Parks and Facility Maintenance Building. The existing facility on Wolf Road will be taken down this spring to make way for the construction of stormwater retention basin as part of the Heritage Park redevelopment project. The funds for the purchase of this building came from the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago as part of the agreement for the redevelopment of Heritage Park. The 39,000 square foot facility has over 33,000 of square foot warehouse space, which will house all of our vehicles, our mowers, tools, and equipment to maintain our parks. This building is centrally located to our district operation, and the building and size of this building really met the criteria of the space needs analysis that we conducted to find a new home for our parks and facility services. The purposes of the analysis, and we set out to find an existing facility in Wheeling that was vacant, and we were very fortunate to come upon this building, and it really fits our needs today, and we see it in the foreseeable future as well, meeting our needs. We're currently in the process of moving our parks and facility services into this building, as much of the remodel project is complete. Once the move and the remodel is completely finished, the district will open an open house for the community. So we'll look to that in the spring as well. And this happens to sit right next to Northside Park. So a great location overall for the district. Heritage Park redevelopment. This is something we've talked about for a number of years, and it again, the work in 2011 really continued to move forward on developing documents and specs for the site, as well as the bid documents, which are out, and we should hear soon who that contractor will be for the overall project. It moved forward, and again, as I said, in 2012, we're going to actually see dirt move and some real work being done, which is very exciting for all of us, since this was a joint venture with the Park District, the Village of Wheeling, and then the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District. Once the project's complete, which is 2 years away, so we're going to have 2 years of, I'll say fun, right now I'll say fun, while it's under construction. This area will contain a stormwater storage basin, which will feature natural grass, native plantings and landscaping. Additional storage will be provided throughout the park in a manner that will not compromise recreational components once the park is finished. The true benefit to Wheeling is the redevelopment of Heritage Park, which has been a long time coming for this community. It will maximize recreation and park opportunities once it's completed. In exchange for the use of the land, MWRD is funding and redeveloping portions of Heritage Park in accordance with a master plan that has been in the works since really 2004. Some of these items that are going to be included, and you can see them on the site plan here, is a band shell, large band shell, picnic pavilion, concessions and restrooms located close to our athletic fields, and obviously you can see a nice athletic complex here that will also have lights, a pedestrian bridge. There'll be pathways throughout the park itself, and there'll certainly be improved shoreline restoration, not only on the lake but the creek. So a lot of things for us to look forward to, but it's 2 years away. So I know that there's going to be some disruption out in the park itself, and in fact, the park is down now. It's closed in anticipation of that construction. So with the capacity to provide mutual benefits, the redevelopment of Heritage Park promises to be a project that benefits the entire Wheeling population as well as our neighboring communities, which is huge when everybody comes together, and that there's great things that can happen. I think we can all agree that once this park is complete, many will benefit. However, it's important to understand that the park is now closed. During the construction, though, all of our athletic leagues and events will be placed in other parks throughout the community. So it's not that we're going to be not having our programs and such. They'll just be in other areas within the community. And I also want to take this opportunity to stress that while the park is under construction, the Community Recreation Center, which houses Arctic Splash as well as our fitness center, will continue to operate and remain open without any interruption. Once summer is upon us, the Aquatic Center will open and operate as usual. So again, our main core services within that area will operate as usual. And I'd ask that everybody in the community refer to our Park District website for updates as construction progresses. We have a number of opportunities ahead of us, and I look forward to working with all of our partners to continue to improve the overall quality of life for the residents of Wheeling. I'd also like to make you aware of some upcoming events. We have our Friday Night Fish Fry at Chevy Chase, and it started on each Friday night through March 30th. Our Guest Appreciation Day is being held March 14th at the Community Recreation Center. And then we're back at Chevy Chase for a St. Patrick's Day feast on March 16th. The Incredible Egg Scramble, March 31st, will be held at the Wheeling High School on the field turf. And then our Mother's Day brunch, May 13th, at Chevy Chase Country Club. So I invite all of our community to take advantage of those events, and if there's any questions, do not hesitate to contact the Wheeling Park District. On behalf of the Park Board, I want to express our appreciation for this opportunity, and again, invite everyone to Chevy Chase tomorrow evening for the State of Park District address. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Wheeling Township.
Good evening. Thank you for the invitation. I'm Mike Schrader, the supervisor of Wheeling Township, and we really appreciate the opportunity to come in front of you tonight and tell a little bit about what we do here in the township. Since we share the same name, Many times there's some confusion about Wheeling Township and the Village of Wheeling. So I'd like to go over some of our philosophy, what we do at the township level, and thank you again for the invitation to speak to you this evening. First of all, it's just the value of our township government. You know, a lot of people really don't know, as far as the tax bills that they receive in the mail, how much of that goes to support our school districts, the park districts. But at the township level, we make up less than 1% of the tax bill. So the average home in Wheeling Township, it accounts to about $60 per year per resident for the services that we give at the township. After I came into office, I'm a dentist by trade, but one of the things that I did was we established a mission statement for our township, and it's that we're neighbors helping neighbors, and we responsibly apply our tax dollars to fulfill our state mandates, as well as to provide services, information, and resources that assist and benefit our residents. Our boundaries. You know, we're 36 square miles. On the north, it's Lake Cook Road. On the south, it's Central. To the west, it's Wilkie Road. And to the east, it's the Des Plaines River. So most of Arlington Heights, a lot of Buffalo Grove, Mount Prospect, but all of Wheeling and Prospect Heights is part of Wheeling Townships. And then we have small portions of Des Plaines, Northbrook, and Rolling Meadows. Our township components, we provide disability services. We have a food pantry. Our food pantry is now tripled in size. Our township board recently approved going ahead with the expansion of our food pantry, and it's pretty soon will be open. We have an existing food pantry in the basement of the township that provides food for those that need it. No one is ever turned away. We provide general assistance. We have a highway commissioner, a mobile dental clinic. We partnership with some of the agencies. We have senior services, a township assessor, and a township clerk. Not advancing here. Our general assistance, this is part of our, we have a mandated financial assistance for those in needs. It's for indigent adults. We also have emergency assistance that we provide for families that are facing life-threatening situations. We have auxiliary programs, our Access to Care, which is primary medical care for those that are uninsured. We also have the LIHEAP program, that's for low-income energy assistance program. Our seasonal programs, we have a giving garden, we have school supplies, we have Thanksgiving baskets that we provide to families, meals at Thanksgiving for those in need, and at Christmas we have Adopt a Family and a Wish Tree. We also have an Angel Fund. It's a separate 501c3, and we have the Salvation Army Service Extension Funds that we work in conjunction with the Salvation Army. And we also provide a lot of information and referrals. Whenever we can't help, we know who to get somebody to. Our food pantry on the upper left, as I'm looking at it, this is the new shelves that we just constructed. We were lucky to have a Wheeling Township resident and a businessman donate all the flooring and the installation of the flooring. Over last week, we've been stocking the new food pantry, and that's the result. It's not full yet. We've also developed a relationship with the Chicago Food Depository, and sometime in 2012 we'll be recipients of refrigerator and freezer units, so we'll be able to have those things that you normally don't see in local food pantries. We have disability services. We have a transportation department. We have 10 buses that provide transportation for our senior and disabled. And we have a trip partnership. There's 5 different townships that are involved in the partnership, and this provides us for rides in between townships. Our transportation department is just within Wheeling Township, but we have a partnership with 4 others, and we provide services for medical appointments for seniors and disabled. We have the temporary parking, Meals on Wheels. We do a lot of information and referral. We have a committee on disabilities, a visually impaired support group, a caring caller program, AOK program, educational programs, and Make a Difference Day. This is the picture that's up there is over the Halloween. We have a Make a Difference Day for kids with disabilities, and that's our volunteers for that day. We get to dress up in black and put whiskers on ourselves. So our senior services, we provide our transportation, health service. We have nurses' home visits, our friendly visitor program, educational forums, Meals on Wheels. We have a handyman service directory, our AOK program, Lifeline kits, income tax assistance, ARP, or Safe Driving program. We also have the RTA reduced fare. We have a senior advisory and action council, our senior health insurance program, the driver refresher classes, and we have a paint-a-thon that those people that can't afford the upkeep on the home, we have volunteers that do painting in the summer. So this is one program that we started in conjunction with Northwest Community Hospital. I don't know if you've seen it driving around the township, but we have a mobile dental clinic. A lot of us in the community, the Northwest Suburban branch of the Chicago Dental Society, which I'm a member, we provide volunteers. There's a full-time dentist that's on the clinic. There's also volunteer dentists. I volunteer my time myself, and we spend a lot of time taking care of the people that can't afford to have any dentistry done. So these services are all based on income. We qualify people, and we now have the mobile dental clinic comes to the township and plugs into our electrical supply and is in our parking lot, providing appointments for those that can't take care of it themselves. Some interesting facts. Last year we provided almost 26,000 bus and medical van rides. We had our, in between our townships, the trip rides, 870 rides, 15,210 meals delivered for Meals on Wheels. 1,500 residents received food and gifts through our Adopt a Family programs, 1,000 office visits to our nurse, 471 home visits, 1,600 visits to the food pantry, 225 Thanksgiving baskets were distributed, and we provide funding for social service agency programs. There's 27 different agencies that we provide funding for. I think last year we provided $825,000 worth of funding. At the township level, we interview all these social service agencies. They make presentations in front of our board, and then we decide how much money to give each one of those agencies. During the course of the year, these agencies provide services for Wheeling Township residents. We also do auditing of those agencies to make sure that they are indeed working on Wheeling Township residents. Our township assessor is Jerry Sadler. He does all the complaints, the tax appeals, the homeowner's exemption, the property tax bill information, and individual assessments. I mean, many times now, although our township assessor doesn't assess the line out the building when people start getting their property tax bills and want to complain, we handle a lot of those assessments, and Jerry and his staff take care of all the people that come in to complain about their bills, which, as you all know, is a lot of people. Our township clerk is Paula Ulrich. She does the voter registration, absentee voting, election and legislative information, and also provides vehicle stickers. These are the agencies that we provide funding, like I'd mentioned before. Last year was $825,000 of funding. Many of these organizations provide services here in the township and in the village of Wheeling, and we do a lot of good for people that are residents of Wheeling Township. And I thank you for your time. If you have any question, our Administrator Joe Stellato, our Head of Senior and Transportation, Chris Freeman, and Julie Villarreal, who's our GA Director, are here. So anybody that you can send our way, we can.
Could you give us the phone number for those that are?
The phone number for the township is 847-259-7730, and it's www.wheelingtownship.com.
Thank you. Thank you for that update. Some things that we probably did not know, and now it's.
Well, Judy, I know
Very good.
you've been a long time referral person for us at the township, and we really appreciate that, and we look forward to working with the Village of Wheeling in any way we can.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your time.
Indian Trails Public Library District.
And this is our fairly new director. How many months now?
4
4 months.
4 months. Well, good evening. I'm David Selub, the director of the Indian Trails Library District. It's my pleasure to be here this evening to talk about all of our programs and services, and I thank you for your kind invitation and the opportunity to do so. The mission of the Indian Trails Library District is to provide resources to read, to enjoy, and to participate in the world, and that's a mission that we recommit ourselves to every day as we work to serve all of the residents of the communities of Wheeling, approximately half of Buffalo Grove, half of Prospect Heights, and small numbers of residents in both the communities of Arlington Heights and Northbrook. I, the library director, serve with my management team under the governance of a 7-member elected board of trustees, individuals elected at large throughout the service area that we cover. The board of trustees currently include our president, Mr. Wally Selganic, our vice president, Louise Barnett, treasurer, Don Rolkvam, secretary, Doris Wagner, Mary Crystal, Henry Hackney Jr., and Jean Luft. And I thank Wally, Jean, Doris, and Don for being here with us this evening. The members of my management team include Susan Beal, Head of Administrative Services, Michelle Davis, Head of Youth Services, Susan Dennison, the newest member of our management team, Head of Communications, Mike Jacku, Head of Technology, Rosa Lloyd, Head of Circulation, Elizabeth Marsalik, Head of Material Services, Greg Mueller, who heads our facilities, and Anna Yackel, Head of Adult Services. And it's with this team of 8 fantastic people that I'm privileged to serve as the director of the Indian Trails Library District. There are so many services that we provide to the residents of our communities. We serve them through 2 locations, of course our main facility here in Wheeling on Schoenbeck Road, and through a small convenience center just opened about a year and a half ago in the village of, the city of Prospect Heights. We provide services to all of the residents of our communities at every stage of life, including children's educational programs, homework assistance, mobile services through which we provide materials and services to residents who are unable to travel to our library district, instructional courses, a wide range of computer technology, reference and research assistance, job search assistance, classes in English as a second language. Wide variety of materials that we provide to our communities include books, audiobooks, DVDs, Blu-rays, CDs, digital books, digital audio books, e-readers, reference databases, and materials in 5 different languages, including English, Polish, Korean, Russian, and Spanish. There are so many programs that our residents take advantage of every day. Programs for children, especially our very popular summer and winter reading programs, craft programs throughout the year, book discussions for adults and for children and for families, many courses in computer instruction, including common software that our residents need instruction in the use of social media, many programs for both adults and children to entertain and enlighten, programs covering a wide variety of music opportunities, information about travel, films, books, of course, and many programs to enhance the lifestyles of the members of our communities. There are many ways in which we strive to remain in constant communication with the members of our district and to make sure that they are receiving all of the information that they need to participate fully in the programs and services that we provide. We have a quarterly printed newsletter that's delivered to every household in our service area. We have regular email newsletters and email blasts that we send out to thousands of subscribers to let them know what's happening on a daily and a weekly and a monthly basis. Our website, of course, we use instant messaging so that people can use some of our services, including our reference services, through the use of their computers. Social media, including presence on Facebook, use of Twitter, Flickster, and other popular social media tools. And of course, through many community events that we participate in here in the village of Wheeling and the village of Buffalo Grove through our chambers of commerce and others. Some statistics that I'd like to share with you, including some, I think some very impressive ones, including the fact that we had over 500,000 people walk through our doors last fiscal year, and that we circulated almost 1.5 million items in the last fiscal year. Our service area population includes over 67,000 residents, and over 33,000 people last fiscal year participated in the programs that we provide. And one more, over 40,000 of the residents of our district are registered library card holders. There are 3 wonderful organizations that exist to support the work of our library district, including the Friends of the Library Foundation, and Children's Advocates. And these organizations not only provide a number of opportunities for residents who wish to volunteer for the support of the library to get involved, but through their fundraising activities, they are able and have been able to provide enhancement to a number of our programs and services. The Friends of the Library host an ongoing book sale and then quarterly larger book sales through which they raise thousands of dollars each year and then turn around and donate that money back to the library. The Library Foundation is getting ready for its annual silent auction to be held in the month of April. And again, through that, they are able to support the work of our library district. And Children's Advocates, an organization devoted specifically to the needs of children in our communities, is able to donate through their fundraising activities funds for the enhancement of materials and programs for our young people. What does the future hold for the Indian Trails Library District? The explosion in the use of technology and especially social media have transformed the work of our public library and public libraries and other libraries all over the country. And this is a very exciting thing. Our library district wants to make sure that it's positioned to serve the needs of all of the residents of our communities. And to that end, we are going to be undertaking a new strategic planning process this year that is going to include not only our staff and our board members, but as many members of our communities as we can get involved so that we can learn and understand exactly what our residents need from the Indian Trails Library District, and so that we can position ourselves strategically to provide those services. We're working on a complete revision of our library website this year to make sure that, again, we are using the tools of communication that our residents are using, and to make sure that they have access to the kinds of materials that they need in this technological age. And through the strategic planning process that I just described, we're going to be taking a close look at the facilities that we currently have and making sure that those facilities are the right ones that we need to serve our residents wisely. Again, the Indian Trail Library District provides resources to read, enjoy, and participate in the world. To find more information about our library district, please visit indiantrailslibrary.org or call us at 847-459-4100, or please visit our location at 355 South Schoenbeck Road or our convenience center located in Prospect Heights. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Wheeling High School, Township District 214. We are pleased to have Associate Principal Aaron DeLuca here tonight representing Wheeling High School, which is a special treat for us. It's normally our friend Dr. Lopez who joins us, but tonight he has a very important job, and that job is cheering on the Wheeling High School girls basketball team. As everybody probably knows, the girls have had a very exciting year. They started the season with a 1-14 record, but last week they won the sectional championship. Tonight they're playing Loyola Academy in the super sectionals. And after they win tonight, and of course they will, we're very confident that they will be one of the 4 teams going to the state championship. So I'm sure you'll all join me in wishing them good luck, and thank you for coming here tonight.
Thank you so much, Judy. Good evening. I'd like to thank the board for providing me, on behalf of Wheeling High School, the opportunity to speak this evening. My name is Aaron DeLuca, and I'm the Associate Principal of Instruction and Curriculum at Wheeling High School. And as Judy mentioned, Dr. Lopez sends his regrets for not being here, as he is at our super sectional game, which is clearly a success both to our school and community. Tonight, I am proud to report that Wheeling High School has once again experienced another incredibly successful year. With our introduction to the state as a model STEM school by Governor Quinn a few weeks back, we can proudly say that we are no longer the best kept secret in the northwest suburbs. Wheeling High School continues to be recognized for academics amongst the best in the nation, with our most recent acknowledgement by the Washington Post High School Challenge Index. Its purpose is to measure how effectively a school prepares its students for college. Our listing places us in the top 7% of schools nationally. This is the second national ranking we received in just 4 years. In addition, in 2011, the Society of Manufacturing Engineers recognized our manufacturing and engineering program as one of 6 national models. Vice presidents from Siemens, Northrop Grumman, Caterpillar, Wells Fargo, and Intel, along with executive leadership from countless others, have all visited Wheeling High School in the last several months to learn about what we are uniquely doing to prepare our students for the new economy and, of course, for their futures. Our students are clearly ready to transition to college and careers, with 24 advanced placement courses available beginning as early as freshman year. The most recent graduating class led the way in increasing our advanced placement enrollment by 70%, with double the national pass rate achieved. With a record of 1,804 exams taken over the last 3 school years, and the countless dual college credit opportunities in engineering, manufacturing, technology, business, and health careers, the class of 2011 earned $2 million or more in potential college tuition savings. Our most recent graduating class was admitted to many of the top private and highly selective colleges and universities from Notre Dame, Northwestern, Boston College, Carnegie Mellon, Case Western Reserve, Drexel, Emory, and Baylor, to name a few. Many have also been admitted to each of the Big Ten universities and all of our public universities, with 42 students admitted to the highly selective University of Illinois in Champaign-Urbana. As a community, Wheeling High School provides its students with a key to unlock the doors to their respective futures. This was evident by 3 of our students who presented to Governor Quinn at the STEM Pathways launch 3 weeks ago. Let's begin with David Greer. David is a class of 2011 graduate and freshman engineering student at the University of Illinois. David was a member of both our World Championship Wild Sting robotics team, which was recognized by President Obama just weeks ago at the White House, as well as a member of our district BattleBots team. David is a successful freshman engineering student who stated, "I was so well prepared for my engineering program that I did things at Wheeling High School that I have yet to do at the University of Illinois." It is no surprise then that Boeing's vice president offered David an internship when he stepped off the stage. Another student presenter was Alejandro Barrera. Alejandro characterizes your typical high school student advancing through several positions at a local grocery store. Because of his experience in manufacturing career pathways, including an internship experience with one of our industry partners, Waltz Brothers, he was hired by SPM, Swiss Precision Machining, upon graduation. Just last week, he passed the Master Task Training Test and was officially promoted to CNC, or Computer Numerical Control Machinist. Alejandro is now training other students that are interning or new to the equipment. With the average wage in the manufacturing sector now over $74,000 per year, Alejandro certainly has a bright future. And finally, Aileen Bartek presented. Wheeling High School developed our health careers pathway in partnership with the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, Illinois State Board of Education, and Northwest Suburban Career Partnership. Aileen is a junior and a member of this pathway's first graduating class next year. She's a student that, because of her interest in this program, challenged herself to take honors and advanced placement coursework to be competitive and ready upon graduation for further training. And just last week, she and a dozen of her classmates at Wheeling High School passed the Illinois exam and are now officially certified nursing assistants. Next year, she'll be working on her EMR, or Emergency Medical Responder Certificate, at our school. One of her classmates has already been hired by Lexington as a rehab tech and has been admitted into a 6-year doctoral program for physical therapy. These are all wonderful success stories, but luckily they are not unique. When we redesigned Wheeling High School as a comprehensive high school with a STEM focus, we wanted our school to be relevant to our students in a way that prepared them for life beyond high school. To engage students, our conversations changed from, "What do you need to graduate?" naturally to asking the age-old question, "What do you want to do with your life?" With summer STEM programs, career interest workshops, career treks, and one-on-one dialogue, from the moment you step into our school, we are focused on each individual student finding his or her passion and then pursuing it. If we can connect the dots between what students are excited about in their future and the classes they take today, they are more engaged in class, more motivated to do work, and more likely to challenge themselves with rigorous coursework such as honors and advanced placement. These student stories represent just 3 of our career pathways in engineering, manufacturing, and health careers. We're developing currently almost a dozen in total. It's important to emphasize a career pathway because according to the Illinois Education Research Council in 2002, students who identify with a specific career in mind leaving high school are 80% more likely than their counterparts to earn a certification or degree 6 years post-high school. Think of the savings through high school certifications such as our on-site CNA and EMR program, advanced placement and dual credit opportunities to Wheeling families, and our limited public resources. So it is our imperative as educators to do all we can to help our students engage in career pathways early on to find and reach their potential. Well, there's already been much accomplished in just the last 4 years at Wheeling. Even more is underway. Wheeling High School is actively searching for funding for a nanotechnology lab that places our students on the cutting edge of technology and engages them with micro-manufacturing processes. This April 13th, we are hosting our first annual Midwest Research Conference, Positive Impact. Students from across the area will submit original research to compete for scholarship and trophies. The showcase event will be at the Wheeling Intel HB High Performance Computing Challenge in partnership with the Wheeling Economic Development Office. Students have partnered with local manufacturer Angiotech to redesign one of their products. As most of you probably remember, just a few years ago, Dr. Lopez came to this board and announced that Wheeling High School's STEM focus will make it a destination school for families seeking a competitive advantage for their children's futures. Wheeling High School actively engages students in the essential skills they need to compete in this global economy, making the community's namesake high school one we can proudly call our own. It is in the creation of our own destiny as a school that we can empower our students to create theirs. If you haven't been to Wheeling High School recently, I invite you and encourage you to visit soon. The success of our students and staff is directly correlated with our strong community and village partnership. And for that, I thank you, the Village Board. And again, I want to thank you for all your time this evening.
Thank you.
Community Consolidated School District 21.
Hello, I'm Kate Highland, and I'm here on behalf of Dr. Michael, who asked me several weeks ago to come and speak to you about our accomplishments. He did say, if you know him, you know he's a man of few words, so he said, Kate, say whatever you want to, but keep it to 5 minutes. So if I talk really quickly, just kind of give me a sign to slow down. But I am going to share with you a little bit about what is going on in the school district. We're made up of 13 buildings. We have 9 elementary, 3 middle school, and 1 early childhood. So the accomplishments that I'm going to be talking about are going to be very broad strokes accomplishments, and those things that we've been trying to focus on from a district level. 9 years ago, we began the process of the strategic planning process and created our strategic plan, mission statement, vision statements, et cetera, goals, projects, and initiatives. And so for the last several years, we've been focusing on certainly student achievement, because after all, we are schools. And we've been doing that in a variety of different ways. One of the things that was happening was that we had great things going on in our schools, wonderful things going on in our schools. Our strategic plan kind of helped to keep all of the boats rowing in the same direction, gave us a common vision, some common language, and common focus. So we found that we had to do several things, like create district assessments. That became very big for us. How is it that we're going to assess our students? What are those district level assessments that we're going to use? How are we going to use assessment to inform instruction? And then we also needed to make sure that we were reporting that out to our parents in a solid way. So what we've done several years ago is gone to a standards-based report card, which is about how kids are doing. What should they be mastering at grade level, which is why we have this document? What are students supposed to know and be able to do at grade level, and then how are we reporting that out to parents? So we hope that the communication with parents is more accurate about what their children are actually accomplishing. Another initiative that we had was collaborative teaming. We know that when we work together, that everyone benefits. Both our students and our teachers benefit, whether they're planning instruction, planning this assessment, analyzing data, how they're going to go after teaching. Everything is better when we do it together. So we've worked hard to provide structures, expectations, et cetera, for doing that. And then, like many others, technology is certainly an area that we're always focused on, and that was also our other initiative. Everything from bandwidth to increase communication and what we were going to do, to getting computers in the hands of all teachers. So those were some of the initiatives that we had going on in the past where we've made great gains. Certainly being fiscally responsible and keeping a balanced budget was the other thing that we were really focusing on. We do know that it's been flat growth in property taxes, that the state isn't always responsive to paying their bills. And so we've had our challenges in the school district. And with the direction, I would say, from our board, we've always tried to run a balanced budget. We've certainly gone through budget reduction, and we've tried not to have many interruptions to what's going on with our kids. We've been very pleased with that. I think it was 9 years ago we passed a referendum, and we promised the community at that point that we would not go to referendum for 5 years, and that was 9 years ago. And we are good for at least another year, and we're extremely proud of that. So I would say that in the future, we've got a couple of things coming down well, actually, we've updated our strategic plan so that we've got new areas of focus. So we've got several things that we're working on. One is obviously to continue to run that balanced budget. Another one is what we're calling Learning 21 Principles, and it's really about some of the things that the high school talked about, that real engagement of kids in their learning and kids owning their learning and being able to see the connections in their learning to real world activities, really that authentic learning. So we're certainly having that as a focus, and inclusionary practices. We want our schools to be open and comfortable for all kids, whether they are special needs, English language learners, our highly gifted students, whatever that is, we want to make sure that we have an inclusionary school for all. And then I would say, finally, have I taken my 5 minutes? I would say finally that we know that school goes beyond just what happens from 8:30 to 3:30 every single day. We try to open up our buildings both in the morning, during lunch period, after school, on weekends, trying to make our schools accessible to families and to our children. And it's really a much different world than it used to be when I started teaching. And so we're pleased to continue to be an outreach to our families.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We thank all of you for coming this evening. A lot has been learned, and if you haven't learned anything new, then you probably missed what was being said. The education that goes on at District 214, I had the privilege of going to the one class that they started 4 years ago, the AVID program, which is for college-bound people. And the teachers are phenomenal, and the children are just, they're way above anything that you would imagine. Having been able to be involved in District 21 many years ago, they have everything that they need. They have what they're working on to prepare the youth to go into the other part of the youth. Your library is always there, and it's amazing. I always think in my head, all those people go through that library. And you usually think, oh, there's not a lot of people there, but every time I have to go there, you have to look for a parking place. There's just hundreds and hundreds of people there. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Sundays, they're always there. So we're very fortunate to have a wonderful park district, a library, a township that works with us, a District 21, and a District 214, as we all work together to make this community, which is on the top, not on the bottom. And we thank everyone that came this evening. I thank the village board. We've been instrumental in helping that. All of us have had children or gone through the school ourselves. So I thank all of you for that. And Clerk Simpson has something she'd like to add this evening.
I just would like to remind everybody that voting started today, and it's at our closest village. The closest place you can vote for open voting would be Northbrook Village Hall, and they're located at 1225 Cedar Lane, and it's from 2/27 to March 15th. And when you go to vote, you have to bring a photo ID beside your voter's card. And I'm sure you all got your voter's card in the mail. Okay. It tells you where you can go vote. Okay. Okay.
Thank you. Does anyone else have anything?
Go
Wildcats.
Go Wildcats. I wish we could, should have had Dr. Lopez send us something via the phone so we would know what's going on. Do we have executive session this evening?
We do.
Executive session to discuss appointments, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of a specific employee or employees of the village, pending, probable, or imminent litigation and land acquisition. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion made by trustee Agiris.
Second.
Second by trustee Lang. Roll call, please.
Trustee Argyris?
Yes.
Trustee Hyde?
Yes.
Trustee Heer?
Yes.
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
President Abiscato?
Yes. The board will go into executive session at 7:45.